Hi there and welcome to my YouTube channel. The name is Gorata.Selaledi. I'm so excited to be here after so long. In the spirit of finishing what we started, I will be continuing our 8-week coaching program, our 8-week free life coaching program entitled Envisioning the Next Decade. A decade is 10 years. I recently turned 30 and the goal here is to really think about, what do I want for my life in the next 10 years? This question, what do you want, is very important. When you go to KFC, they will ask you, what do you want? Right? When what else? Where else? Yeah, I feel like that's the best analogy I have. When you go to the drive-thru, when you go to the grocery store, what do you want? Right? We're faced with that question today, and I'd want to ask you that question. Do you know what you want for your life in the next 10 years? So welcome to this video. We are continuing where we left off, and given the time that we've lost, it's been 2 whole months, I would want to encourage you to go back to the 4 videos that we did, right, introducing the program and the 3 weeks that we went through. And most importantly, I'd want to encourage you to click on the registration link that will take you to a free workbook that you can download and save and follow along with this program. So with each week, I give you journal prompts, right? So it's a journal companion that you can actually now reflect even following this video, right? So in today's video, I'm not sure if I introduced myself, but I am Gorata.Selaledi. I'm a certified professional life coach with certifications, with specific certification in emotional intelligence, goal success, and life story coaching. And I aim to actually offer free self-coaching programs here on my platform to benefit people all over the world, because who are we to gatekeep knowledge, right? Who are we to gatekeep knowledge? So in today's video, we are going to be defining your why, defining our why. So I'd want for you to take a simple exercise if you're not going to watch the whole video. Simple exercise, I'd want for you to think about a passion, something that you like doing. Maybe you like running, right? And I'm going to ask you 5 whys. So you like running. Why? I like running because it helps me keep fit. Why? Why do you like to keep fit? I like to keep fit because I feel confident in my body. Why do you want to feel confident in your body? Well, so that I am able to show up and why? So that I'm able to be productive. Why? So that I'm able to create wealth. Why? So that I'm able to build wealth for my children. Why? And why? So I'd want for you to take a moment to really sit down and ask yourself 5 whys with regards to anything, right? Anything. I asked myself a why, or a big why, even coming into today's video, to say, but Gorata, why are we offering free coaching programs, right? When you have a whole business where people can actually come in and do one-on-one coaching. And I'm like, But before the true work begins, let's not gatekeep the knowledge, right? So what is your why? What is your why? I can even unpack that why further. But for me personally, it's October, and I'm personally sitting at a place where I'm reflecting on the year and the year that is to come, and watch the space as I will be launching a program for November, paid program for November, where I am going to create a space where I can lead you through, I'd say, focused reflection for 2024 and planning for 2025. So watch this space. So I am going to be leading you through 5 steps. 5 steps today. And I'm really just going to take you through them. It's not going to be a long video, but I'd want for you to take time and pause and do the allocated time period. Set a timer for yourself. That's the most important thing. And for all the videos that I am going to make for my Monday clips, the truth of the reality is, if you don't apply the concepts, it's truly wasted. There's so many courses, so many books, so many TED Talks and that speak to this. But if you don't apply it to your life, it is a waste of your time. So if you aren't going to do the exercises, please pause this video and go about your life and come back when you actually want to do the work. I hope I'm not fighting with anybody. But why do we do the work of understanding why we do things, right? Understanding the reason or the intention behind a thing allows you to uncover the deep-seated motivations, why you're doing this thing, right? And I think having that at the top of your mind, at the back of your mind, always allows you to get to a place where you're always moving with intention, you're always moving with a different energy, because you understand why you're doing that thing. And you are able to also identify what drives you, right? And then also aligning with a long-term vision. And I'd say to the heart of this program, given that we are envisioning the next decade, today we are defining the why. And please go back to the first 3 videos so that this makes sense. We are unpacking the why, right? For the goals that you sat down and you wrote and said, for the next 10 years, this is what I want to accomplish. So step 1, visualization exercise for 10 minutes. I love visualization. I've seen it work, because what I think it does, even from a Christian perspective, is that it's giving me a picture and in detail of what I am praying for, right? So visualization exercise, I'd want for you to do this for 10 minutes. So without feeling too weird, find a quiet space where you can actually do this quietly without being interrupted. And I'd want for you to close your eyes. Once you get to that space, obviously, close your eyes and think of your life 10 years from now. Think, use your brain, really think. And I think this part of the exercise what I'd want for you to do is to dream. Allow yourself to dream. Back to that question of what do you want in the next 10 years, right? Think about it to the most crispiest detail, and here are a few questions to help you get a bit of color. So where are you living in the next 10 years? What kind of work are you doing? What kind of work are you doing? Who are you surrounded by? How do you feel in this moment? This is 10 years from now. I'll be 40 in 10 years. Personally, at 40, I want to retire, and I want to be a millionaire in dollar units, not in pula. And I want to have financial freedom. We can ask the 5 whys to those 5 things, to those few things that I've shared, right? Retire at 40. It sounds so yummy. Allow yourself to dream. And what that dream does is it's going to challenge me for the next 10 years and how I am showing up, right? And the last question is, what are you most proud of having accomplished in 10 years, right? So that's step 1. And I'd want for you to do this for 10 minutes. Step 2, I'd want for you to reflect on impact. Reflect on your impact, and this will be for 5 minutes. What ways are you contributing to others or the community in 10 years, right? I personally want to have a movement for young people where we are empowered to learn how to manage our emotions. This is a burden for me personally, because when I was growing up, I struggled. I didn't understand how to handle my sadness, how to handle my resentment, how to handle my anxiety, my frustrations, and God willing, I believe that throughout the next 10 years in process, it will come to pass. This is another way to actually make it come to pass even as we engage. I am going to have a program specifically for EQ, so watch this space. And the second question on reflecting on impact is, what lasting legacy do you want to leave behind? What lasting legacy do you want to leave behind? On reflecting on your impact, this will be for 5 minutes. And in step 3, I'd want for you to identify core values. Identify your core values for 10 minutes. what are your values? I want you to write down top 5 core values, and I'd want for you to take time to really think about it. And if you're not sure where to start, download ChatGPT. I'm going to assume, and speaking from a place of privilege. So what I am going to do I'll just share a list of values that I usually share from one of my coaching programs so that you are able to reference that, right? I hope I remember that, but let me do that. Let me write it down for when I am editing. So share list of values, and this is from a workbook that I was using for my own Up and Show Up program. So some of the values that I wrote down is integrity, growth, family, creativity, and authenticity. Some of my own personal values, right? And values are really non-negotiables that are going to guide your actions and your behaviors for the next 10 years, right? And obviously they might shape-shift, but then at the core, right, for me, non-negotiable, family, creativity, growth, non-negotiable, authenticity, and integrity, right? The life in front of the screen and behind the screen are intertwined. There's no difference, right? So what values are you living by in this future, in 10 years? Which values resonate with who you truly are and what you stand for in the next 10 years? So step 4 is uncovering your why, and this is for 15 minutes. What is the one thing that you are passionate about that would make all your efforts worthwhile? What is the one thing that you are passionate about that would make all your efforts worthwhile? Why this, right? And I think going back, remember, we are asking the why for the goals that you set out for the next 10 years. So why this thing? Why are we seeking out financial freedom? Why this, right? And I was reading this book by Phil Knight. It's called Shoe Dog. And the one life lesson that I personally took out for myself is the importance of building wealth for your children, right? And personally for me, I am taking it upon myself, right, to build for the next 10 years. Right? And why this? And what will keep you motivated during challenging times? So why this? Why building generational wealth, right? What I saw in the book is that what it created for Phil Knight is create exposure and allow for him to actually have options. When he finished school, he had the option to say, I'm not going to school, I'm going to travel, I'm going to explore and learn about the world, learn about things. Not necessarily that I would be, saving up and building my investment for my children to do that, but they will have the option. And the biggest thing being exposure in this case, to say that they will be exposed and they will get the liberty to actually decide what they want to do and what impact they want to have for their lives. So in uncovering your why, I'd want for you to take 15 minutes for this portion. It's very important. Like I said at the beginning of this video, if you aren't going to apply this into your life, stop the video, my sister, my brother, stop the video, go about your life, and come back when you're ready to do the work. Yeah. Lastly, step 5, craft a why statement, right? And what I'm going to do is to put 2 examples in the chat and also in the description box, and also just put a template that you can use to write your why statement, right? And what I'd want for you to do once you've done all this work and written down your why statement for the next 10 years, I'd want for you to take time to share it on the chat, share it on the comment section. And I think just from a perspective of being, I'd say, the coach on the other side of your screen, just to build accountability and connection, I'm curious to know, what is your why in terms of the things that you've outlined that you want to do in the next 10 years. And I think specifically for me, in terms of my big why, would be truly living a legacy in terms of doing these free programs, right? So that by the time my time is up here on the earth, there's still something that you can actually go back to that will impact your life for the better, right? Simple why, asking those 5 whys. But thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. I am Gorata.Selaledi. I was so excited to actually make it to the end of this video, and I hope that it has blessed you, and I'm hoping that you will take the time to do the work, or else come back when you're ready, right? But otherwise, please do hit that subscription button, the notification bell, so that you're notified when new videos come up. The intention is to do this for the next 10 years. Let's watch the space and do it together, do the growth work together. But otherwise, I pray that may God's favor locate you, and may His grace sustain you as you live through this new week. Thank you so much. Be blessed. See you next Monday.